welcome back to my channel. I wish I looked better right now, but it is currently 8:26 in the morning and I just filmed a video, but I completely forgot to film an intro for you guys, so I decided to just hop on here and give it really fast. So this video was not a partnership with Everyplate, but it is a review. Everyplate is a meal kit delivery service. Again, this isn't sponsored, so I don't have like a list of points I have to hit, but it's very much like HelloFresh, like Blue Apron, all those things, which I've tried each of those. So if you want like a review of different meal kit services, let me know in the comments. But Everyplate is definitely the cheapest one that I have seen and tried. I thought it would be a cool take just because you guys have seen me cook, you've seen me eat, you kind of know my style. I thought it'd be a fun take just to see how easy it actually is to have someone who doesn't normally cook the meals, and that is my mom. I said that like she was gonna walk into the frame. She's not. My mom doesn't really cook often. We've always lived close, like neighbors, with my grandparents, and my grandma is just that, you know, that southern grandmother type, so she would cook most of the time. My mom would make like hamburger helper, burgers, stuff like that when we were younger, but as we got older and my grandparents moved in with us, my grandma kind of took over as the cook. And then when I got old enough, I started cooking for myself. So my mom's just never been the one to cook. She can cook, but she lacks in skills. So I just wanted to see if she could create these fancier meals just by following the directions and what was given to her. And whether it's Everyplate or her, she did an amazing job. She doesn't really like being on camera, so thanks to her, big shout out to her for like letting me even film her. I did just film snippets every day, and then I did a voiceover of each meal and kind of what we thought. But I wanted to, in the beginning, just give you an introduction of what you're gonna see, and I will give some more thoughts and reviews in the out. So the first night we did a Frank's crispy chicken with mashed potatoes and roasted carrots. This was probably my second favorite meal throughout the week. It was okay, but it was very carb heavy. We did cook the chicken like in the oven like it said, but we had a misfire with the carrots, so we just put it in the air fryer to let it re-crisp up and warm up while we re-roasted the carrots. And we also added broccoli and cauliflower to the meal because I'm not doing carbs right now. Overall, it was a pretty good meal, really decent, very easy instructions. The second day, we did a smothered pork chops with potato and carrots. But there's one thing I did notice about Everyplate, it's that they use carrots in a lot of meals. Just looking throughout the meals for the rest of the other weeks and other options, carrots are in most of the meals. A lot of carrots and potatoes. I'm gonna stop talking to give you some of that good chicken ASMR. And on the last night, we did a pasta. Now, pasta is one of my family's favorite meals and one of our go-tos, but this just did not hit the mark for us. It was a little bland, the pasta itself. The chicken was fine. It had a Tuscan heat seasoning on it, but the sauce for the pasta didn't really call for any cream, any like liquid, so it was I dropped the spatula. My mom wanted me out of the kitchen. But it didn't really like coat the noodles in a creamy way, and the chicken, the way they had you prepare it, made it a little dry, so it was kind of just dry chicken on top of dry noodles. And so individually on our plates we added Alfredo sauce or a little bit more butter or just something to make it a little bit creamier. I'm going to pan out and show my mom looking at the recipe, and you can also see the chicken in the background. Overall, this was probably my least favorite meal, but an assessment of Everyplate in general, I think it's definitely worth the money. This box itself was only $28, so if you're looking to try something new for dinner, I definitely suggest it. Okay, so giving some of my final thoughts and feelings about Everyplate, I definitely think for the money, I think this box would have only cost $28, shipping included. That's not bad. On average, like for a week at the grocery store, we spend upwards of like $100. And for the month, we spend about $500 to $600 on groceries for all 5 of us. I definitely think that this is a good option. It came straight to our front door. It was delivered right on time, exactly the day they said, exactly the time they said, which is rare these days. It came, you know, very nicely packaged. There's not a lot of plastic waste. It's literally just like fresh produce, all your ingredients. Everything besides the meat is kind of just in a box together. Stuff that won't cause cross-contamination. It's just kind of in a box together, so that kind of eliminates a lot of the plastic waste, and it does come in like a cardboard box, all of that. With reusable ice packs, which again kind of helps eliminate some of that waste that can be created. The only complaints that we really had were some of the methods of cooking. So we tried to follow, or my mom tried to follow everything exactly the way they said it. Some of the cook times were a little off. I know that you have to adjust it for your specific oven or stovetop. And so we did, as the days kind of went on, adjusted some things here and there. And again, we are not really we eat the same thing every day type of family. We all have very diverse palates. So 2 of the meals were a lot alike. The chicken meal originally had carrots and mashed potatoes with it, and then the next day we did the pork chop meal, which was also carrots and another form of potatoes, just with a different protein. So, and the potatoes were prepared differently each day, but it's still kind of just meat, potatoes, and carrots, which is fine if that's like your jam. It's not really ours. Meal, my family's favorite meal of the week was definitely the smothered pork chops meal. It was really good. The pork chops were juicy, really flavorful. The gravy wasn't too spicy. It was a jalapeno gravy. It wasn't too spicy. It thickened up just the perfect amount. It was really, really good. And then even though all the meals were great and maybe something we'd eat again, our least favorite meal was definitely the pasta. Like I said in the voiceover, the reason we feel like it's our least favorite meal is because it was just kind of dry and bland. I know a lot of people eat pasta with just like an olive oily type sauce on it. We don't typically do that. It definitely needed like a cream. I think just a half a cup of heavy cream, maybe more cream cheese, even a little bit of like chicken broth would have coated the pasta better and not made it so dry. The mashed potatoes were amazing. They were a garlic mashed potatoes. They were really good. The fry seasoning, I love their fry seasoning. I've had it before in a previous box. It's really good too. But overall, like I said, I've paid for Everyplate back towards the beginning of like holiday season, so around October. I personally paid for an Everyplate box, and we really liked it then too. But one thing my grandmother did point out is a lot of the meals that we had this time were meals that we had last time. And so I went through some of the weeks myself because I was like, you know, we really like this. This was a fun experience. Maybe I'll just personally order another box for like next week or the week after. And a lot of the meals were not exactly the same, but the same concept, like a crusted chicken with mashed potatoes and carrots, a crusted chicken with mashed potatoes and carrots, a linguine kind of dry pasta with a protein. And for myself and for my family, the point of getting these boxes is to have a variety of options and flavors and foods and to kind of try new things. And so since October and now March was kind of the same concept and the same meal, and looking through the next weeks it would be the same concepts and the same meals. I don't think I'm gonna get a new box right now, but I'm definitely not counting it out for the future, especially once I move into my own apartment and I'm back in my college town. I definitely think that this will be something I utilize. This is a super short video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up, a follow, leave a comment down below of anything else you'd want to see me do, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.